What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Welcome back. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I hope you like this video. This is going to be your review for Marrying Millions season 1 episode 3. So we were introduced to a new couple this episode. We have Rosie and Drew. Now, Rosie is, she's from a good church family, a good church background. She's looking for somebody that, shares her faith and all that good stuff. And we have Drew. Drew is a self-made millionaire. He's in his 20s. He said he started out in high school doing parties and things like that, and then he started planning his own parties and stuff like that, and he evolved that into this business. He said he loves being young and being able to do whatever he wants whenever he wants. If he wants to jump on a plane and fly wherever, if he wants to buy a new house, if he wants to buy a new car. He said he does love Rosie, but he just not ready for the white picket fence and the 3 kids. He said, I love her. That's what, before I met her, I was a bachelor and I was doing my thing. She made me want to settle down. She made me want to, have a good relationship, but I'm not ready for the marriage and the kids thing. But she says that they met at a conference where he was a keynote speaker. She was sitting in the front row. They sort of caught eyes, and their relationship evolved from there. Now, she, out of all of these couples, well, I shouldn't say that. She really strikes me as she is in love with this man. She said she would give up all of the great things that the money comes with to just have him. And I feel like she meant that. Like, I don't feel like it was something nice to say. I feel like she really meant it. Like, I really love this man and I really want to be with him. But she said, we saw her talking to her friend about it. She said, I'm at a point where, all of my friends are sort of getting married and having kids. And I just feel like that's where I'm supposed to be. And it's my turn. And that's what that's what I'm supposed to be doing right now. And she said, but I don't want to be that girl. I don't want to be that girl. Because they've been dating a year. And she said, I don't want to be that girl that feels like she's pressuring him into marrying her. Like, I don't want to be okay, we've been dating for a year, what happens now? Okay, well, it's what's going on, what's happening? We've been together for a year, what are we going to do here? And she said, I just don't want to be that person. So I feel we'll get more of their story as we go along. Sean and Kate. So Kate is still struggling with the fact that her family just doesn't see it for Sean, and they have to sort of sneak around to spend time with each other, and she just ain't really here. She's like not really here for it so much. Now Sean felt like he came up with the perfect solution, right? He felt like, I came up with the perfect solution on how we can spend time together. Not by marrying you. Oh, no. I'm not ready to do that. But he has an apartment, a loft that he keeps in the city in Cleveland. And then his main house is out in the country. But during the week or when he has business or whatever, he stays at the loft. And so he gives her a key and says, hey, this is, I know that this is so that we, I'm going to give you a key, and that way you don't have to worry about living under your parents' roof and your parents' rules. I'll take care of you. Basically, you're going to become my kept woman. I don't want to marry you, but I want access to you whenever I want access to you. When you were in school, I could see you whenever I wanted. And now that you're home, this just doesn't work for me. And it doesn't work for her, too. I don't want to make it seem like it's all on him, because she's not happy either. She wants to be able to see him more and spend time with him. Now, I told y'all in the last episode, they kept making a big deal about how they met. Oh, how did we meet? Oh, well, what did he tell you? Oh, well, what did she tell you? Oh, you want to know how we met? Oh, you really want to know how we met? Okay, so basically they met on a website called Sugar Daddy. And it's a website where men with money look for younger women. So I was close to being right. I said like an escort service. So this is not like an escort service per se, but it's a service specifically for men. She said she was coming out of a relationship one night. She just logged on to it and they met and whatever. She said, she had to figure out how she was going to tell her parents that she was moving out. And so they invited her parents out to dinner so that they could tell them together. He said that he did meet her family. I think he said either the first time he met them was at her graduation, and he said basically nobody spoke to him. Like, basically, he was invisible. It was like, you're there, but you're not there. So, I don't know if the family doesn't like him because of the age, because he is in his 30s, but she's in her early 20s. Like, that's not a ridiculous age difference. I don't know if they don't like him because they're too serious. Like, I don't know. Maybe because he doesn't go to their church, because she said her family is very, very religious. So I'm not really sure why they don't like him, but child, they just don't see it for him. So they ended up y'all, I got this all wrong. This is Rosie and Drew. I'm sorry. Rosie and Drew is the couple I'm talking about now. I apologize. Sean and Kate was the couple I talked about before. Listen, I'm sorry. Y'all know I'm working. I'm gonna get the names together. But anyway, so they invite the family out to dinner. So that because he was there, they were going to talk to him together, tell him what was going on and all of that. She didn't want to, she said she doesn't like confrontation. So, her first instinct was to just leave in the middle of the night. She was like, but I don't like confrontation, so I really don't want to do that. But they're sitting at the restaurant waiting for her parents, for over an hour. They never show up. And then they finally just sent her a text saying, we're not coming. I said, Lord have mercy, this is going to be a whole mess. So, she gets upset and she starts crying. And she was like, you know what, I'm just done. I'm over it. Like, I'm done. I've tried. I've tried to be respectful about how this is going down. I've tried to, but I'm not doing this. So, see, that's how families become estranged. Like, this girl went to college. She has her degree. She is an adult. Like, you might not like the decisions that she's making, but child, anyway. So, Bill and Brie. So, we know that the last episode, Bill's ex-wife gave Brie the breakdown and was like, girl, this man is not going to stay faithful to you. You need to be planning your exit strategy. You need to be figuring out how you're going to get up and out of there. Girl. And, oh yeah, by the way, he cheating on you too. Yeah. So she talks to her friend and she lets her friend know how upsetting it was and tells her friend what happened with the ex-wife. And her friend was like, well, you need to go talk to Bill. Like, do you believe it? And she was like, I don't believe it. She said, but I don't want it to be true. I don't believe it. I trust him. We've been together for a year. He hasn't shown me anything that will make me feel like he's cheating on me. She was like, but I don't want to be that chick either. I don't want to be the fool that didn't pay attention to the signs and didn't take heed to the warnings that I was given. And so she does go and talk to Bill about it. And Bill sort of, he sort of takes it a little bit light at first. And she was like, I'm glad you think this is funny. She was like, I don't find this funny at all. She was like, it was very hurtful what she said to me. And it's very hurtful for me to think that you could possibly be cheating on me. And so I just don't, and he said, listen, I am not cheating on you. He said, I don't know why. He said, I thought me and her were past this. I hate the fact that she's bringing up stuff from our past. And she was like, oh no, she said this is that you have cheated on every girlfriend, including me. And he was like, that's not true. He said, listen, I have not and I will not cheat on you. He was like, I wouldn't, and he said, I wouldn't have brought her into my life if she wasn't important to me, and I don't know, Bill. I want to believe you, Bill, but I don't know. I really feel like I always have to give a side eye to a 60-year-old man dating a 21-year-old woman. I just got to give it a side eye, but until they show me something different, I guess I just got to go on with it and believe you, boo. I guess I got to believe you. Last but not least, we have Genteel and Brian. And I know I'm pronouncing her name wrong. That's how it's spelled, but I'm pronouncing her name wrong. So, she asked him to come to a work event for him. A networking event. Not like but a networking event. Something like the Lawyers Association of Las Vegas or something like that. And he was like, I ain't no lawyer. She was like, but I'm going and I would like for you to go. And he said, well, I don't even have a suit. She said, I'll buy you a suit, but I really want you to come. We really, like, I get it. I don't want you to lie to me anymore. Like, you told me what was going on, but please, no more secrets. Like, just let me know what's going on. I really don't want to feel like you're lying to me. She said, but we've got to start doing stuff more outside of the house. Like, we've got to, I need, I really need you to become a part of my world, and I know you don't like it, and I know it makes you uncomfortable, but I really need you to be, more a part of my world and meet my friends and that kind of thing. So so we saw her talking to her friend, and she let her friend know what had happened, that she found out the boy lived with his mama and stuff. And we found out a little bit more about her history. She is from Cambodia, and her brother and father were killed during the war. Her mom came over here, and it was just her and her mom. And now her mom has passed away. She said, like, in the last, I think she said 2 years ago, her mom passed away. And so it's just her. And so I feel like, and she said maybe that's why sometimes I'm a little, I let guys get away with stuff, or I don't pay attention to the signs, because I really want a family. I really want to be in a relationship. And I'm really ready to, start my family and have kids and that kind of thing. So listen, child. Brian goes to buy him a suit. Now, the guy, the sales guy said, I could tell he never bought a suit before, so I took him straight to the Armani. I ain't even mad at him. You clearly work on commission, bruh. And I'm not even mad at you. You took him straight to the Armani. Listen, he sold this man a $2,500 suit. The boy gonna say, I don't really have a budget because I have my girlfriend's credit card. And the guy thought he was joking, like, the whole time that he was helping him buy this suit. He really thought Brian was joking, until Brian gave him that damn American Express, and it had a female's name on it, and it wasn't his. He said, oh, you were telling me the truth. He said, you're not supposed to be taking from a woman. You're supposed to be paying for a woman. Like, you're supposed to be taking care of her. She's not supposed to be taking care of you. I said, damn. Okay. So Brian ends up going to the event. Now listen, Brian is really, really nervous about being around her friends. And so he basically ends up getting drunk. Okay, he was probably drinking before he got there. And as soon as he got there, he took her drink and just drank it down. Like, it was vodka. And he drank that thing like it was a glass of water, okay? And the ladies were like, well, oh shoot, what did I just do?
Welcome back to the channel, everybody.
Sorry, y'all, something just happened. Anyway, so he is going to, she was like, well, go get us another drink. Like, you just drank my whole drink. And here's the thing, where if you are going to be a woman who takes care of a man, okay, there's a point where you have to let a man be a man. Even if you were giving him the money in order to buy y'all the drinks, because that's what she did. She went in her purse and took out the money to give him, to take over to go buy the drinks, because she was there with her friends, and she was like, they were like, yeah, get all of us a drink, right? And so she was giving him the money, and what he should have done was took the damn money and went to go buy the drink. But what he did was, he was like, do I have to buy y'all a drink? And they were like, you are the man. That's what you're supposed to do. And he was like, well, where's your man? Do you have a man? Do you have a man? Well, where's your man? Because that's who need to be buying y'all's drinks. I said, oh, shit. So she's giving him the money. And so now that he's sort of gotten rude with them, they feel like, well, we can be rude right back, bro. Like, that ain't nothing but a thing. Like, we can give as good as we get up over here. So they started talking to him about, well, you don't even have the money. Like, did you just go in her purse to get the money to buy our drinks? And, well, where's your money? You worrying about our man. Where's your money? I was like, this is getting ugly. So then he leans over and he whispers to her. He was like, do I really have to buy them a drink? And she was like, well, that's kind of customary. Like, if you're the only guy in a group of women, that's sort of what's expected. And he was like, I ain't buying no drinks. So I guess they took care of that. So then later on we see them, and by this time he's good and drunk, and they start drilling him, about his intentions and what he does and how he's gonna treat their friend and blah 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 and this and that. And then he gonna tell one of her friends, I really wish you had a penis and then you could be with her. I said, what? Needless to say, the night did not go very well. But again, he was nervous. He is out of his element. Like, he clearly is out of his element. I mean, the man didn't even own a suit. Okay. And he got drunk. So, a drunk man's words are a sober man's thoughts. But I feel like if he wasn't drunk, he might have left some of them words in his mouth instead of saying them. But anyway, y'all, I think it's gonna get worse before it get better with the two of them. Anyway, let me know what y'all think. Drop it in those comments. Peace.